Okay.
You ready? Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Katie Holyfield, and I'll be hosting this event along with Wendy Erdman, who's a retired nurse, and Holly Crow, who is a wellness educator. And we're just here tonight to network with others on the topic of health, and you were invited because somebody loves and cares about you. We're just going to share some quick information tonight that we hope will be helpful for you, and maybe as you're listening, you'll think of somebody else who needs to hear this message as well. So tonight we're going to start off with a question, and maybe you can give me a yes or a no with your head. So would you agree that being healthy today is challenging? Yes, I see some nods, yes. We all want to look good, and we want to feel good, and we want to live a long, healthy life, and it can be challenging. So I think that we would all agree that there are 6 main areas that we want to focus on to be healthy. So exercise, our heart is a muscle, and we want to exercise it at least 5 days a week. We want to sleep enough hours. That's when our body replenishes and heals. So we want to sleep 7 or 8 hours a day. We need to manage stress. We live in a really busy, chaotic world. We need to drink enough water. We're supposed to drink half of our body weight in ounces every day, which I think maybe is a minimum of what we should drink every day. We need to think about our chemicals and what type of products we're using. And then the last one is eat real food. And this last box, the nutrition, has been something I've been grappling with for the last couple of years. And when I share my story in a little bit, you'll see why. But I'd like to introduce you to a community that has helped us navigate the challenge of being healthy, and this is called the Healthy Living Revolution. And Wendy and Holly and I, along with thousands of others, are part of this unique community where we are taking charge of our health in really simple ways. The goal of the Healthy Living Revolution is to come alongside individuals and families who want better health, and we just meet them where they are, and we help empower them to make positive change. So tonight we're going to go through 3 doorways that we use to help inspire healthy living around the world. The 3 ways are, the 3 doorways we're going to go through are free resources, nutritional support, and the organization that makes them all possible. So the first doorway is the free resources. We have lots of cookbooks through the Healthy Living Revolution, lots of clean and easy recipes. We know that easy is key. Also part of the Healthy Living Revolution are short webinars given by medical professionals. I think these are fascinating. They're about 30 minutes each, and they're by medical professionals, but they use terms that everybody can understand, and they're about a wide variety of topics like autoimmune disease, gut health, brain health, eye health. I mean, that's just to name a few. We also have a home fitness series, part of the Healthy Living Revolution. These are short, maybe 20-minute videos, exercise videos, Pilates, yoga, interval training. I use these a lot when the weather is yucky, it's cold out, raining outside. I really love those. So these are just a few of the things that are part of this website and this community. And I'll give you the website. It's healthylivingrevolution.com. And if you don't have a pencil on you, you can ask whoever invited you to send you the link for this. Again, it's healthylivingrevolution.com. So that's the first doorway. And Wendy is going to take us through the second doorway, which is nutritional support.
Okay, so let's focus on fruits and vegetables. So this is the second way that we are committed to helping others, is through nutrition, because nutrition is the foundation of good health, right? We all know that, but are we actually doing it? So it's really important that we flood our bodies with the most important foods that we could ever eat, which are fruits, vegetables, and berries. And they're not just good for us, they are so good for us that they can actually save our lives when you consider what's going on with heart disease and cancer, and so many of these diseases could be preventable. and yet people are dying from them. So it's absolutely crucial that we're getting these in our diets every day. So we're supposed to eat a wide variety, the 9 to 13s, the colors of the rainbows that you see here of fruits and veggies. And it's really about the size of your fist. So if you think of an apple fitting in your fist, or an orange, you know, a handful of spinach, we kind of use our fist for a measurement tool. But you know, almost no one does. I know I try to eat really healthy and I have a really hard time doing it. So think about it. How many days in the past week have you actually eaten 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables? That means that they're not cooked. You know, I'd venture to say we have a hard time doing that, right? So, but if you're an athlete or you're taking medication, you're going to actually need more. Athletes need upwards of like 16, 18, 20 servings of fruits and vegetables because their metabolism is so high. And medications cause our metabolism to change. So we really do want to get more of that. So even if we're the best eaters, we need help, right? And that's why we are so thankful for the nutritional support of Juice Plus that helps fill that gap of what we either can't get in our diet, won't get in our diet, or, you know, we just don't. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the Juice Plus. Again, take a look at all these different colors. They're the colors of the rainbow, and we want to really focus on that. So many times we might always, you know, get up and have a banana, and then maybe we have an apple, but are we truly eating all these different things? Because that really matters. So Juice Plus is 30 different raw, vine ripened fruits and vegetables, the nutrition of that. So when we talk about it being raw, it's not cooked. When we talk about it being vine ripened, it's remained attached to that plant source, getting all the nutrition as it can, right, to reach that highest potential. It's grown by organic standards, so it's non-GMO, and we like to call it a super healthy salad in a capsule. And it has an ingredient label, which is so completely different than, you know, anything else out there. It's, you know, has the list of broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beets, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, and kale. So that's what you're going to see on the label. So it is considered food. It's not a vitamin. And it's better than juicing because whole food, you know, as a whole food product, it's actually crushed. And so the seeds and the peels and everything are crushed together, except a few things like the pineapple. The pineapple skin we're not going to want to eat because there's something in that that isn't good for us. So whenever they can, they're going to include all of that whole food. Like, for example, when you look at an orange, 80% of the vitamin C is found in the peel. But I don't know about you, but I'm not going to, you know, grab an orange and just bite right into it and eat that peel. It's just very bitter, but it's so good for us. So, and all of this produce is also dried at a low temperature. So it preserves the nutrients, it preserves those living enzymes. So it's, you know, we're getting that raw nutrition. And then it's put into a capsule or a chewable form. I'm going to mute somebody here. Okay. There we go. All right, going on to the next page. So as a retired nurse, what mattered to me was that there was some research, there was some certifications, because what I was reading in books when I was studying about nutrition at a certain point in my life, was that anything could be put on the shelves, and we don't know much about it. So when I saw, you know, these unique things about Juice Plus, it really set it apart for me. So basically it's food, it's not a multivitamin. So it has a food label, there's no additives, it's made with non-GMO ingredients. That's really changing today. So we want to watch and make sure we're not getting that. It's vegan, it's kosher, and it's dairy and gluten-free. So it's really that pure nutrition in a vegan capsule. It's also NSF certified, which means a third party comes in and validates that what we say is in Juice Plus truly is in Juice Plus. So what's on the label is exactly what's in it. There's no contaminants, pesticides, herbicides, banned substances. And I love that we have the NSF for sport. And that's a special certification. It's the same thing that they're doing where they're testing the batch, but they're just testing it more often for people that are professional athletes, Olympic athletes, grades. And we have a lot of those. People, because the product is so set apart, they get very excited about the quality. And it is the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. We're in over 35 different peer-reviewed published clinical studies and journals. And we'll just talk about that here for a second. So to get in a journal, first of all, it's extremely hard. So you can see that the list, here's a picture up here of all the different journals that we're in. And what these are showing in these gold standard research studies is that it is contributing to cardiovascular wellness. So there is a strengthening of the cardiovascular system. It supports a healthy inflammatory response, supports quality of life, supports healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride metabolism, supports healthy lung function, skin, gums, and healthy skin and gums, supports a healthy immune system. So with all the autoimmune diseases out there, it helps that immune system get back into balance. So it really makes a difference. Maintains healthy DNA and reduces oxidative stress. And all of this we know is happening because there's studies that show that it is absorbed by the body. And I love what Richard DuBois says, there is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. I feel like that says it all right there. And that's the power of God's creation. And I'll turn it over to you, Katie. Oops. There.
Yeah, sorry.
Love you.
So I wanted to introduce you to our Healthy Starts program, which is a really cool buy one, get one, basically, that our company offers to families. So what it is if an adult is using Juice Plus, the child can get it for free for 4 years. The child just needs to be between the ages of 4 and undergraduate college, and the child can get the capsules, or we have a gummy or chewable form that they can have that's really tasty. And what we're seeing from the results from children taking it, you can see the list here. 60% are missing fewer days of school, 56% are taking fewer over-the-counters or prescription drugs, 71% drinking more water, 66% visiting the doctor less, and so on and so forth on this list here. It's pretty incredible. I love that our company loves families and loves children enough to offer this. And I'll just tell you personally, my children have done this program. They used to be sick, crud, colds every 2 or 3 months. Since Juice Plus, they have been sick a lot less. Rarely, very rarely now are they sick. And if they do get a cold or something, it's much quicker, it's less intense. I'm really grateful that they're well, not sick very often. Another really cool thing that I've seen in my own children, and I've heard other people talk about, is that since we started incorporating Juice Plus into our diet, my kids have a wider palate for fruits and vegetables. And it's true that whatever we put in, we crave, right? It's called metabolic programming. And so I see that my kids, since they started eating Juice Plus, they were eating vegetables and fruits that they weren't eating before. So I'm really grateful for that. Also, things that I've seen in our family is better skin, constipation going away, and also heartburn going away. So these are all things I'm very, very grateful for. The next slide is a hot topic, I feel like, right now. I hear a lot of people talking about omegas, and it's because there's 10,000 research studies that show that omegas are good for pretty much every system in your body, but definitely for brain health, eye health, and heart. And so what makes our omega different? Well, there's several things. First of all, most omegas are only an omega-3, but ours is a nice balanced panel of omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. It's 100% plant-based. Most omegas are fish-based. Ours has no fish. Actually, omegas aren't found in fish. They're found in algae. It's just the fish eats the algae. So we decided to skip the middleman and skip the fish and just go right to the algae. And there's also plant oils with that algae. We're seeing people say that they are having better digestion, their skin is improving, their hair is healthier, help with arthritis and joint pain, all sorts of really wonderful results. So another thing, next slide, is a product that I really love, and it's our complete powder, which is a plant-based powder. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. It's really, really tasty. It's vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, and low glycemic. Just keeps your blood sugar stable. It's a whole food source of protein, fiber, healthy carbs, and a nice balance of amino acids. One of the best parts of it to me is that it keeps your blood sugar stable. Do you know how you eat something and 2 or 3 hours later you're ready to eat like everything in the house? I like how, because this not just has 13 grams of protein, but it also has 10 grams of fiber, and it's the fiber that keeps you satisfied and keeps your blood sugar from going up and down and then crashing. So people use it to make smoothies. They use it to bake goodies, bake brownies, add it to their oatmeal, their yogurt. Also, you can, heat up some almond milk and add the chocolate for hot chocolate. And I forgot to show you what it looks like. It comes in these little packets. It's easy. You can tuck it in your purse or your backpack and take it with you. So I think Wendy now is going to tell us about the Tower Garden.
Yeah. Okay, I love the Tower Garden. Definitely the future of growing. You get to grow your own produce on the patio or in the garden. And this is basically an aeroponic unit where you grow your own produce. So I love it, especially this time of year. I go grocery shopping and sometimes I'll be looking at produce and it's coming from all around the world, all of other countries. We don't know what's been done to it. So it's just nice. Mine is growing in the laundry room. And I just go in, I know it's growing in nutrient-rich minerals in the water that you add to it, and you can grow all kinds of things year-round. So it's very exciting. You're going to see a lot more of these. Maybe you've seen them in schools or cafeterias, colleges, restaurants, and there's a huge Tower Garden farm at the O'Hare Airport. So they're a lot of fun. 98% less water is used, 90% less space, 40% more yield. Things grow 3 times faster, and it's very safe and nutritious. So you definitely want to check that out. Okay, well, we're going to stop our screen share here for a minute, and we're going to just share our product stories with you so that you can just learn a little bit more about what the difference that Juice Plus has made for us. So we'll just take a few minutes here each. But my journey began about 20 years ago. I had been battling an autoimmune disease and other health issues, irritable bowel syndrome, depression, anxiety. When you're not feeling good, it's one thing to have the flu and you're going to get over it, but when you have day in and day out of not feeling good, it just wears on you, and it just really caused a lot of anxiety and depression for me. And so it was a desperate cry to God for help for me that led me to take a look at the power of nutrition and how it impacts the body. I started reading books and talking to people who I knew ate well, and I was really kind of blown away by what I was reading. I couldn't believe that I didn't learn about that in nursing school, and the physiological impact that nutrition has. Our cells were designed for a certain something in order to flourish. And when we're not adding what our cells were designed for, our cells start to really have a hard time. It affects our organ systems. And, you start to understand why fruits and vegetables are just so crucial for our health. One of my doctors told me about Juice Plus and encouraged me to take a look at it and take a look at the research, because he knew I was very skeptical about it. And I'm like, how in the world do they get all that in a capsule? So, but as I realized how it was made, as I saw the research, and back then, I think 20 years ago, there might've been 8 or 9 studies, but I couldn't believe it. I just felt like this was such an answer to what I was looking for. So it made sense. We got our family on it immediately after, it started making sense to me, and I read the research. And within 3 months, that irritable bowel syndrome started clearing up. which then led to once you have a healthy gut, it leads to then your immune system getting stronger and more clarity in the brain. And so I was noticing a huge difference, but that did take about 8 or 10 months. And then I was able to get out and exercise. And when you've been given your health back, you've been given your life back. And there is no doubt that I was given my life back. And so I'm just so beyond grateful. And I love to share my journey with people. So that's kind of the short and condensed version. I'm going to pass it over to our guest, Holly Crow, who is on tonight as well. Thanks, Holly.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, for inviting me on here. And so my story is very different than Wendy's, and mine is coming from a place of health. And so I was working out, I was eating organically, I had no major health concerns, but I would get sick and it would linger. But instead of going, oh boy, I need to get my immune system stronger, I was like, oh, that bug is so strong. How many times have we thought that? Like, we don't want to take personal blame, right? And so I was taking a handful of vitamins and supplements every day, spending hundreds a month, not seeing any changes. And then I looked into them and I thought, oh my goodness, this is kind of scary. They might be doing more harm than good. And so I decided to get rid of those. And fortunately, at that time, my dad went to see a doctor, talk about the link between diet and disease, shared about Juice Plus being an answer to that. And so he said, Holly, and he's always been our health guy. He's like, Holly, I think you're going to love this. And he said, I'm going to give it a year to see how it goes. Takes time and consistency to repair all that damage we do. Then a few weeks, he was sold. He's like, you're going to need this. I went to an event kind of like this at a coffee shop where Wendy, who was a stranger there, was sharing the same message of health and hope. And I thought, I'm going to put this in my body for forever. I'm going to share it with anybody that will listen, because everybody needs this. And so for me, I was arrogant. Oh, I was so healthy, I wasn't going to see any changes, right? Wrong. 9 years later, you guys, my health is completely different. And I just turned 40, but I'll tell you, I'm healthier and I look healthier and I feel better than I did as a collegiate athlete at age 20. And so I'll never go a day without it. It has just been a gift. And so thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you, Holly. I love your story. I really love your story. My story is more like Wendy's. About 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with leaky gut, which is a precursor to autoimmune diseases. And I had always been sick a lot, like colds and crud every 2 or 3 months, but I was sick constantly. I had symptoms all over my body, and then the worst of the symptoms were fatigue and kind of like a jet lag feeling that just never went away no matter how much I slept. And I took a lot of expensive supplements. This went on for months and months, and I wasn't feeling better, and I thought, are these even absorbed into my body? And I was eliminating a lot of foods, but it went on for a really long time, and it was a very hopeless feeling. It was really 2 of the hardest years of my life, and I felt like I was missing out. I was hardly able to get up and homeschool my kids and do my life. Felt like I was just kind of surviving. My life was living me, basically. About this time, the Lord moved us across the country. We were in the military, and I reconnected with Wendy, who I had known before, and I suddenly remembered that she had some health thing, and she shared with me that our bodies need 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables, which I had never, ever heard. And I was listening to every functional medicine doctor at the Cleveland Clinic. I mean, avid researcher. I had heard about eliminating foods, but not tripling your produce intake. So this was something new. She just told me that Juice Plus was more servings of fruits and vegetables in a capsule, which was fascinating. Although I was a little skeptical just because there's a lot of products out there, but she shared with me the research, and some of the studies show that Juice Plus is bioavailable, which just means it's absorbed into your bloodstream, which is what I had been wondering all these months. So I thought, okay, I trust Wendy, and I'm desperate, I'm so sick, and I'm going to give it a year. So the first 4 to 6 months, what I noticed is that I wasn't catching every virus going around. And if I did catch something, it was much lighter. And just that right there was huge. And then, and now I can say 4 years later, I've had 1 upper respiratory thing in 3 years, which if you've known me, that's just miraculous. So, but after 8 or 10 months, my autoimmune symptoms started to dissipate and fade, and I felt good, and I was doing life again. I felt like, I'd just been given my health back. I was so grateful. But also during this time, as I was getting better, I had a happy 40th birthday mammogram, And unfortunately, they found a small area of slow-growing breast cancer, which was, of course, a shock, and really hard to hear that and go through that right on the heels of the autoimmune thing. And the two, to me, were connected. However, I felt really great during my cancer recovery. I had surgery, I had a lumpectomy, I recovered really quickly from that. I had radiation, I felt great. I was homeschooling my children through all of this. Most people didn't even know I was going through this because I just really didn't slow down much. And I really just attribute this to God's grace in my life and His enabling me to keep going and just flooding my body with fruits and vegetables. And after those two things, I just feel so grateful to have my health and to feel good every day. It was a gift of hope that Wendy extended to me a number of years ago. And it was just one simple change a couple of years ago, just adding these capsules into my day. That's all it was at first. But over time, it's helped lead me to better food choices and just lifestyle change over time. If the me then could see the me now, she would be shocked. Just at, battling sugar. I used to be a sugaraholic, sugar addictions and cravings. And now I feel like I have a lifestyle of prevention instead of a lifestyle of battling constant sickness. So this gift of hope, we'll transition to our third doorway. This gift of hope is made possible by our Juice Plus company. And Juice Plus, their mission is to bring freedom through improved health and to inspire healthy living around the world. I absolutely love being part of inspiring healthy living around the world. 80% of Juice Plus is used by happy customers, and serving this 80% are those who have partnered with the company, like Wendy, Holly, and myself. So really quickly, I'm going to tell you how it works. Briefly, you have to be 18 years old to join the company, and you invest only $52 a year, which I am not a risk taker in any sense, but I knew that I could risk $52 and see what would happen. We have, to own my own business, we have an online virtual office, which means if you have a phone, an iPad, or a laptop, you can work from anywhere at any time. You earn a residual income just by sharing with other people. You just talk to people. That's all you do. And the company does the rest. They make the products, they ship the products, and they bill the customer. I have absolutely no inventory in my house other than what my family and I eat every day, the Juice Plus that we eat. So I don't have boxes stacked in my garage or anything like that. All commission levels are permanent, and there's no quotas or minimums. You don't have to reach some goal every month or even every year. You can do as little or as much as you want to. There's some people just getting money back on their product. There are people who are making a couple $100s a year, and there are people who are supporting their family through their Juice Plus company or building wealth for their retirement. There's no glass ceiling on income or any restrictions. So what's so great or different about the Juice Plus company? Because there are so many companies and businesses out there. Well, I'll tell you a few things. Our company is 50 years old, and it was formed by our founder and president, Jay Martin, who is still at the helm, which is unusual to have somebody who's had that longevity in a company. Our product is 25 years old, which is also very different. Many products, they come out, they last a few years, and they kind of fizzle out, or the company goes belly up. They're just not sustainable. Our product has been around 2.5 decades. We have 38 research studies, as I've said before. I don't know really any other nutritional product or anything like that that has any research. These research studies are done by major universities and hospitals, and we're in 24 countries. We're a debt-free billion-dollar company. There's a corporate component to us. There's a benefits package for folks who are at the higher levels, like medical, dental, disability, prescription, life insurance, college assistance, things like that. And I would also just say that it's a really positive, helpful, upbeat environment where people really do care about helping other people. Like, we really do want people to feel well, and we do care about people's welfare and their well-being. It's important to the company to give generously. We have over 1 million children who have benefited from the Healthy Starts program that I was telling you about earlier. Juice Plus also supports the St. Jude Hospital and the Boys and Girls Club and Volunteers of America. And there's also many folks in our company who even have their own philanthropies. Quickly, I'll just tell you how I got involved in Juice Plus. I was not looking for a business or a job or anything like that. But I'd been on the product about 3 years, and I decided I'm never coming off of this stuff. I love it. And my older daughter, who was 13 at the time, saw that her sister and me were not sick anymore. And she was sick still a good bit. And she was like, I don't want to be sick anymore. So she asked if she could take it too. And she actually put it on her Christmas list because she's a smart cookie. And she knew if she put it on her Christmas list at the top, her daddy would say yes. So I was talking to Wendy about how I could, is there any more affordable way to do this? And she said, well, if you join our team, you could get the product at the best price and get some money back on your product every month. So, we'll just do an event or two together, kind of like this tonight. And I was like, oh, sure, because I talked to people about it anyway, So we did a few of these events, and what I discovered and what surprised me was that I really loved helping others, because there were so many people. I just didn't realize there's so many people who are looking for better health, whether they're sick or they're well. There are people who are looking for ways to get healthier. I love being a part of that. I love contributing some money to our family. I love that it has been healing for me to share the things that I shared with you earlier about my health story. I'd kind of stuffed some of that away for a while because it was painful to talk about. But the more I talk about it, the more healing it is. So that's been a wonderful outcome. This is something outside of homeschool that I can do, and something that when my children go off to college or wherever they're going to go one day, I have this to do as well. I love working with others. We were military until just recently, and for 21 years I was used to doing a lot of things kind of independently. You kind of have that military spouse independence, and I love though that we do this together as a team and we work together. You don't do things alone. I've loved learning so much. Like I shared at the beginning, for many years I grappled with what should you eat, what should you not eat, all those things. How can I support my body? And I've loved that this company has helped me just gather information about that and about nutrition. And it's a positive, enthusiastic, caring community like I shared before. So I'm going to turn it over to Holly, who is going to share with us how she got involved with the company.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so I love the product, you guys, but I love the business. Oh my goodness. Can't imagine my life without it. So basically, when this business found me, I had turned 30. I had just gotten a divorce, just moved back in with my parents. Obviously, things were going great for me. So I have to be honest, I had lost my identity at that point. My ex-husband was a professional hockey player. So my life was really trying to make sure that he was the best he could be all the time to perform at his job. But in the midst of all that, I kind of lost myself. And so at that time when I said my dad took me to an event where I met Wendy, I listened to what she had to say, all the same information. It made so much sense. Yes, I needed to put this in my body immediately. But she had mentioned, hey, you kind of understand this stuff. Maybe you should join us. And there was no way. In my mind, there was no way that I could just kind of like, the little person that I was at that point, it was going to be very hard for me to wrap my mind around starting a business. But I had my whole family who wanted to be on Juice Plus, and I had friends that already wanted it. And so they said, Holly, what do you have to lose? So I decided to be my own first customer, and I joined. And I will tell you, the day that I got my little business cards was the best day ever, because I had something of my own and I needed that. And that was the push that I needed. And this community of people that were so caring and wanted to pay forward this gift of health they had received. I thought, oh my goodness, these people are just wonderful humans. And so that has just been such a blessing to me. What I realized is so many people need this and are looking for a real answer that's sustainable and makes sense to them. And that's what we have. And so this, starting with a little business card in my own order turned into something that has just been 9 years of this consistency that I've put in, very part-time consistent, but I have this wonderful income that comes every month. And so through this business, I met this awesome lady who kind of followed me and stalked me on social media for a while, and she decided I'd be good for her son. So I married her son. We've been married for over 6 years now, and he has been on Juice Plus far longer than I have been, so I didn't have to make him take it. He begs me for it. It's like, we need more. And so, and I'm just grateful. He is a football coach. We're now with the Tennessee Titans going into our 3rd season. I know Anna, one of our cheerleaders, is on here on the Stairmaster right now. Hey, girl. And so I'm just so grateful that, you know, everywhere we move a lot. We're in the middle of moving again. And so everywhere we go, I get to share this beautiful gift with everyone, and I get to touch more lives. And so it has just been such a wonderful thing to be able to do. I can't imagine my life without it. And if you're thinking about it, maybe you haven't really been thinking about it, please say yes. It's $52, and I'm telling you, if you're consistent and you just keep sharing this like you would a good book or a good movie, you'll be very successful. So and don't wait, do it now. We're all busy, and there's never going to be a perfect time to start something new, right? Just do it. Just jump in, because people need you. So that's it. Thanks. Wendy, are you muted?
Okay,
there you go.
there. Sorry, I was muted. I don't normally mute myself. Okay, well, anyway, thank you for sharing your story, both of you guys. I love to hear it. And, you know, it is hard to keep a good thing to ourselves, right? I think we naturally want to pay forward the positive ways that our lives have been impacted. And especially, you know, we have so much stress in our lives. There's so much tension in our country. There's just a lot of hardship in life. And, you know, this is, you know, something that we get to pay forward. We get to present a gift to people. And that's how I look at it, is we have a gift to share. And, you know, it's something that brings life and health and hope and happiness to others, because they feel so much better. So I'm grateful that I decided 18 years ago, I was on the product for 2 years and then decided to join the company. And, you know, 18 years later, I've never been happier with it. I'm just blown away by having heard thousands and thousands of transformational stories with people with better health. I mean, some of the most amazing stories, just because bodies are depleted. And as soon as they get that nourishment, now they're flourishing and they're doing so much better. And you get to hear stories like that all the time. So that's my primary heart. That's why I do what I do. But there's additional benefits of, you know, of being involved. And one of those is having the full-time benefits. So once you start to move up into the leadership positions, you get benefits. And once you reach national marketing director, the top of the company, you get full benefits, which really rivals any Fortune 500 company out there. And has been a tremendous blessing, even though we don't use the benefits very often. It's nice to know that they're there, and things like eye care and dental and, you know, that kind of thing we have benefits for. So, and being able to give more about the things that we are passionate about is also a tremendous gift. You know, I love to give, I love to pay forward, I love to see nonprofits flourish. And so to be a part of things like that is amazing. And to have the time freedom to schedule my life how I feel led to schedule my life is so amazing. To work in my workouts where I want to work out and to do what I want to do, really. I mean, yes, I stay focused on my business, but you know, there's so much freedom with that. So it is work, but it doesn't feel like work. That's for sure. I have to pinch myself that I actually get to do this business. We talk about that a lot on the team. So, okay, we'll go on to our last slide here. We're going to just wrap up and bring this to a close, but we do invite you to join us. We're so excited that you were able to be on tonight, and especially with our guest, Holly, joining Katie and I. We are a giving company that really does care there. So please take advantage of the free resources that are available to you. Once again, the website is healthylivingrevolution.com. Incredible resource. So take advantage of that. And then Juice Plus is so simple and affordable and convenient, and kids eat for free and will be so much healthier because of it, right? So if the product made sense, just get with the person that invited you. And if you're, excited about the product or maybe you're already taking the product and you really want to look at the mission, we would love to have you, or at least have a conversation so we can share more with you. So definitely be in touch with that too. But thank you so much for being a part of this call. We appreciate you joining us on, I'm sure, a busy night. Hopefully in your jammies and watching, but we are soon to be, right, guys? So, but enjoy. Thanks so much for being a part. We appreciate, and please do, just be in touch. Let us know how we can help and serve you, okay? Have a great evening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm going to stop the screen share so we can see each other. Okay. Bye, you guys. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for being on. Hey, Patty. Good to see you.
Was good.
Oh, glad you could be on. Yay.
You could probably stop the recording.
Yeah,
What's
the
that?
recording is going.
I'm going to stop the recording here.